It's approaching the supreme moment. Reality striking closer than it seems, don't it? Go ahead.
What's good? So this was requested quite a bit from you guys. I saw a lot of these in the comments, and I was working on this and did want to roll this out. But here we are. This is going to be the LR Super Saiyan Vegeta unit. It is a free-to-play LR, and let's see how this guy does on the new Vegeta's Lineage category, because it is a substantial increase to stats compared to the previous Pure Saiyans format. We'll go ahead and cover the stats real fast, but I did give this guy more of a focus on critical hits, because once a secondary passive activates, you'll get guaranteed 2 additional attacks, and that has a possibility to become a super attack as well. Okay, leader skill is a Pure Saiyan's lead, plus 3 key HP, attack, and defense is 70%. So again, this is a free-to-play LR. The super attack, 12 key, is going to cause colossal damage to enemy, and then the 18 key, which is the Big Bang attack, is going to greatly raise attack for 1 turn and causes mega-colossal damage to enemy. The passive skill is an attack increase of 15,000 and defense increase of 20,000 at the start of the turn, plus an additional attack increase of 15,000, and launches 2 additional attacks for 4 turns after receiving an attack. So in order for the second part to kick in, you do have to get attacked, so that can kind of compromise your rotations a little bit. You have to force him to be in harm's way in some regard. In terms of link skills, you're looking at Golden Warrior, that is plus 1 key, enemies defense minus 2,000. Super Saiyan is 10% increase to attack. Prodigies is also 10% increase to attack. Saiyan Pride is 15% increase to attack. Royal Lineage is plus 1 key. Shattering the Limit plus 2 key, and Legendary Power obviously is 5,000 to attack when SA is launched. So this guy does fall into 2 categories. Pure Saiyans and Vegeta's Vegeta's Lineage. You're looking at HP levels of 19,010, attack of 19,642, and defenses 14,693 at 100% potential. The 12 key multiplier is 140% with the 12 key, and then 24 is going to be 200%. So again, this guy does have link skills like Saiyan Pride, Super Saiyan, and of course Legendary Power. But for this showcase, I did bring the Vegeta's Lineage team, but I also brought in the Super Saiyan 2 Bardock unit because Vegeta does provide 120% and plus 3 key boost for Super Strength type. So the reason why I included Bardock on here, and you'll see him linked up a lot with the LR Super Saiyan Vegeta, is because of, 1, Saiyan Pride, and he's also got Super Saiyan, and then on top of that, Bardock does have 30% increase to attack for allies as part of the passive skill, so it definitely does help out a lot. I did include the Burai unit as well, because she does provide a key boost and 40% to attack and defense for allies, so that does help in terms of Vegeta being able to get more key as well as getting an attack and defense increase. I did think about including the SR version of the physical trunks that you get off the current banners right now, because that for an SR is actually pretty decent. You do get a 30% increase for attack and defense for allies, and I think it was like plus 2 key or something like that. So for an SR, a very good passive skill. One of the reasons why I didn't include him on the team is because at the end of the day, it could pose to be a liability. He could potentially take a lot of damage. So I did have decent support units anyhow. So I decided to go with this format. And Vegeta is definitely a lot better, of course, because of better leader skills and overall stat boost. But I think it's starting to get to the level of people actually seeing the best out of him in a way. You know what I mean? So I think throughout the testing, the max attack stat potential that I've saw was about 2.7, maybe 2.8 million. Which is definitely very good. Of course, like it's gonna fluctuate based on the type of enemy you're facing, but the other thing about this guy is, at least after receiving an attack for 4 turns, you do have the ability to further increase that attack by another 15,000, and then launches, guaranteed to launch 2 additional attacks, and those have a possibility to become a super attack. So if you have levels toward additional attack, that's going to even further improve the possibilities of getting more supers out of it. So, it is when I was testing it, I didn't see like like, let's say for example 3 supers back to back in a row. Like I think I was able to see like 2 supers like within the the same attack, but it really depends, I guess. But yeah, I mean, this unit is definitely solid, and the introduction of Vegeta's lineage category definitely does make him a little bit more viable as an option. I think on pure Saiyans, he was definitely pretty good, but I think it was a little bit limited in terms of, you know, some of the I don't know, like you obviously have some better options within that category because it is a pretty diverse set of units that fall in that category. I will also note that I did include the Raised Trunks unit on the team as well, because that unit has the ability to convert the strength key to the intelligence key, so that kind of, you know, even if it's off rotation from Vegeta, it does help set up, you know, Vegeta's rotation. So, you know, it definitely makes it a little bit easier to collect ki. On top of that, the Strength Majin Vegeta I did include on there just because of good links with the LR Super Saiyan Vegeta, but also Strength Majin Vegeta does convert Agility Orbs into the Strength Orbs, so you could actually work it out within, you know, between him and Raised Trunks to where you could essentially fill the map with the Intelligence Key and make it a lot easier for the LR Super Saiyan Vegeta unit. I will say this too, the Strength Majin Vegeta is a very, very good unit, and I did a showcase at 100% potential, so definitely, if you missed it, definitely make sure to check that out, because you're looking at pretty good like damage potential, attack stat potentials, all that, like over 2 million is all I have to say. So if you missed it, definitely check it out. It's a very good unit. That's all I have to say. But back to the LR Super Saiyan Vegeta unit, it's definitely a solid unit. I think the fact that, you know, the only problem with these free-to-play LRs is, like, I wish they would go with a percentage base instead of a damn flat increase amount, you know? Like, I don't know, I guess they want to distinguish between summonable ones versus the free-to-play ones, maybe, you know, and that's why they have more units that have a flat increase versus a percent-based increase. But you know, it's whatever. Like, at the end of the day, this LR Super Saiyan Vegeta is able to produce upwards of, you know, at the very least, like 2.2 million in potential attack, you know, whenever he's up with the 18 key. So, you know, it's definitely a possibility of this guy being a pretty good option for teams now. Again, the only issue I think typically would be is key, I guess, just making sure he's able to get the 18 key super. He does have some pretty decent links, and you could definitely do workarounds, like, you know, include the Raised Trunks obviously to convert the key, or, you know, focus more on the link side. I mean, Royal Lineage is a pretty common link set, even though it only adds one +1 key. You know, that's definitely an option. Shattering the Limit, there are quite a few units that have that link skill. That's another 2 keys, so 3 total there. And then you have support units that provide a key boost or an attack or defense increase, whichever the case is. But, you know, it's definitely there's definitely options to kind of bypasses his faults with the key. So for the most part, yeah, I mean, there are times within the rotation where he struggled a little bit. Now, Super Saiyan 2 Bardock is not necessarily the best in terms of key links for Vegeta, but he does get a pretty good attack increase based on, you know, the links. So that's kind of why I kept him on rotation. Like, other units would definitely link a little bit better in terms of boosting up his key a little bit closer to the, you know, getting the 18 key a little bit easier. But again, like, it's entirely up to you and your deck. So it's definitely it's not bad. It's not that bad, I guess, at the end of the day, is what I'm trying to say. Alright, let's see how he does. Dokkan mode again. So this is going to be against the Agility Angel Frieza unit. Of course, this is only going to be the 12 key super attack, but since we already saw the 18 key super with the Dokkan mode, it'll be a good comparison to see what the difference is. about 1.8 million without the critical, and again, like, he has the ability to get another 2 attacks, you know, afterwards. So that's based on the secondary passive kicking in, obviously. And again, that's what I mean when I say, you know, you have to force him in harm's way sometime, because it resets every 4 turns. So like, you have to make sure he gets hit. Typically, you know, if you have a pretty good team, you're gonna have to put him in the first slot, because if there is attacks incoming, because otherwise, like, you might be finishing off the enemy in that same rotation. And that tended to be a problem that I had on the team when I was testing it. Was like Super Saiyan 4, the LR Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta is a very good unit, and yeah, I mean, it's the other units on here are pretty good too, especially if they're at 100% potential. So yeah, it's definitely it can be a headache at times, but you know, there's definitely ways to bypass it. So that was pretty much the showcase. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it, and thanks for watching.